in the occupied territory, there's a block-up media. So people think, especially the youth, think that they are forgotten. My generation, we were born under occupation, so we never know what is freedom look like or how. But from the stories that grandfathers telling us about war and how we win in that war, for me as a youth it's very hard because now the majority of youth are calling for a war, to try to tell them that the war is not good for both of sides. Is really, really hard to convince Sahrawis who were seeing like his mother or sister beating up. So the youth in the especially in the occupied territory, they feel like we call it a big prison. The youth, they feel like they have no room to express their skills, no university, no jobs. The settlers literally taken everything. So they have just like 3 options for them. It is death or prison or emigrate. I have many friends that they choose to go to emigrate. I lost a lot of also family members. So I feel like how youth just fed up with everything. Even I try to convince them that there will be solution, but they think it as a long trip or a long way to get it, and they cannot just wait for another 40 years. So when I speak with youth, many youth, I find that they are fed up with any peaceful solution. And if it's not war, they are prefer to immigrate to Europe. I have a lot of friends that they die in the sea while they're trying to immigrate. The youth are living in a very hard situation. I can imagine why they are calling for war. I can know that. I can feel. I understand also why even that they don't care about the results. They just issue of to tell the world that we exist. They think that if there's more violence, international media will be interested. The UN will be interested. They feel like they are not like Syria or Libya or Yemen, whereas now in the headlines of any media, international media, and for them it's the more that they are peaceful, the more that people start to forget about them. So my duty also to try to tell the world that people are calling for war. There is a next war going to be in North Africa, and try to make more pressure and try to ask for simple things, like in the occupied territory there's a block-up media. So people think, especially the youth, think that they are forgotten. No one knows about them. No international observer can enter. No foreigners can enter. They all expelled. But when they saw like a post about Western Sahara, or anyone in the world speak up on Western Sahara, they feel so like hope and happy that people know about us, people know that we exist, we are not forgotten. And like simple things normal people can do, it gives them hope to trust and feel like they exist and they can have their right to referendum, their right to choose. But when people focus, when Morocco gets more pressure from outside, we feel it inside. I can explain that one of the good things happened during the war is that women was a part of the society. Women was the one who's controlling the education, health system, building. 80% was ruled by the women. I was raised also by women, so I feel like women can change, and they change a lot of things. In the occupied territory, they are, if you see the videos, they are always the one who protests, always the one who face the police and the soldier. It's not only because they are brave, it's because that they don't get arrested. We all know how Morocco treats the men and how they can sentence them for many years, from 5 to 6 in prison, but women, they just like beat them and leave them in the street. But that changed during the first years of Intifada. No one can dare touch women, but they start to push them, they start to beat them, they start to harassment them, they start to torture them, and no one speak. And now they start to arrest them. As an example of Mahfouda al-Fakhouri. She was the first one who was arrested from 1991. So for me, if we are silent against this, that means it will be more arrested from the female side or for women. By help us with the campaign that we start, like for the Sahrawi student case, we start a campaign say that Sahrawi students in dangers. So basically, not feeling that we are forgotten is the only thing that it's matter. It's giving us hope to continue. My first year in university, I never said that I am Sahrawi. It was my mother's advice, and also for my safety. So I had a lot of Moroccan. I only have Moroccan friends that time. I know how Morocco publish or talk about the Sahrawis using propaganda, saying that we are like violence and we are Algerian agent and stuff like this. And I try to ask them their opinion about the Sahrawis and what do you think about the Sahrawi student here. So they all have like just really discrimination answers, like they should not be here, they should not study with us, they should go back home. And then I like just fed up, I feel so angry, and I just tell them that I am Sahrawi. I feel like the students are the smartest. They can like, it's a shame that you still believe in Morocco media, and it's a shame that you are a student. So that's why how I convince them to not lose our friendship. I always say it's a problem with the government, not with the people. So I understand when I understand when they have the wrong information, or some of my friends, they're just afraid to be with me after. So I just understand them, and it's totally okay. With Morocco, it's a issue of less information. So the more I speak up, the more I explain to them, the more I break the discrimination and I break the silence from them.